going to go ahead and film this last one, and then I'll worry about transferring them. So in the Newman projection here, you've got, what is this, what is it, 2,3-dichloro, 2, 3, let's just try that. I think the name of this guy is 2,3-dibromo, 2, 3, because I want to show you, dichloro butane. Double check that. I think that's what it is. But I want to show you something. That name still doesn't tell you enough, because you could have the chlorine in this position and the bromine in this position, and they are not the same thing. Okay? Which brings us to the next chapter, stereoisomerism. I bet this first article was about, it says FDA. Somewhere in here there's going to be an article about thalidomide. You watch. It'll be in here somewhere. Okay, that's a different argument for a different day. All right, so when you are looking down the pipe at this one, you've got ethyl or a methyl group down if you're just considering these two carbons. Chlorine to your, if you're the observer, to your right, and bromine to your left, upper right and upper left. So the one that's in front of you looks this way. Chlorine to your upper right, bromine to your upper left. The one in the back has a methyl group up, chlorine to your lower right, bromine to your lower left, if you are looking at it this way, if that's your perspective. Bromine lower left, chlorine lower right, methyl on top. When you put those two on top of each other, this is your Newman projection. Now, what I was saying earlier is if you switch those positions, yeah, you're not the same thing, because you'd have the bromine here and the chlorine here, and those are not the same. Okay, 4.57 glucose. It's produced by photosynthesis. It's used by cells. Draw the most stable conformation. Well, if you draw two, I didn't think to draw twist boat conformations, but I don't need to. So the one thing I didn't do right is get my oxygen in there on either diagram. So I've got my oxygen in the one position here, and I'm calling this 2 and going around this way in both of them. 1, 2. Again, this is my oxygen within the ring. So I've got an oxygen, and then I've got hydroxide up, hydroxide down, hydroxyl, I guess. Hydroxyl up, hydroxyl down, hydroxyl up. This is just not going to happen because I forget what those numbers are on hydroxyl group, but there's interference on all 4 of these, and they're all similarly charged with electronegativity, so there's no opportunity for hydrogen bonding really. If we flip the oxygen up and flip the conformation the other way, all of these become equatorial, and this is the most stable by far. Okay, which leaves us, I initially assigned all of these pages, this to the end, but I think what you have here, if I had to guess, is plenty to bury you here for this week. And this has taken me 3 long videos and a short one, so I think we're going to stop it there for this week, and communicate with me if that's too much, too little, or close to about right for this course.